What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube world, YouTube land? I am Real Estate J, and
It's gonna be a cold summer.
welcome to the Cold Summer Podcast. Let's talk about New York City. New York City, man. We talked about Chicago yesterday with their migrant issue and what my man, lovely Brandon Johnson, is doing out there, right? That's just a joke, by the way. Now we're going to talk about Mayor Eric Adams.
Sensational.
And what's going on over there, man, because this migrant plan is not going to plan at all. So let's get into the video. I'll probably stop it maybe once or twice. I just got to get my thoughts in there. Let's just see what they're talking about here on Channel 5, on Fox 5.
City Council putting the Adams administration under the microscope over their handling of the migrant crisis.
An oversight hearing was held today questioning if their policies are leading to higher costs for housing and taking care of migrants.
Fox 8's Morgan McKay joins us in studio with a closer look at the numbers and all the skepticism, Morgan.
Steve and Natasha, over the past year, we've seen the cost of caring for migrants fluctuate. So this oversight hearing was to take a look at exactly why that is. But there were very few answers given, and in fact, one of the biggest revelations that came out of the hearing, not a single migrant who was granted access to expedited work permits about a month ago have actually received permission to work.
We don't really have anyone who has actually received the work authorization to date.
In late September, President Joe Biden granted temporary legal status to Venezuelan migrants who arrived in the country before July 31st, which allows them to start working faster once they get their paperwork in. But 1 month later, city officials.
My question is, what's taking so long? Because I thought this was the plan to give them temporary citizenship and work permits. So you mean to tell me they're just here now, just sitting, waiting, doing nothing? This is just ridiculous.
Admit that not a single migrant out of the more than 15,000 who are eligible under this category have actually received their work papers.
That's because it just opened up a couple of weeks ago, and once we submit the application, it takes the federal government many weeks to months to adjudicate.
This revelation came during an oversight hearing that the city council was conducting, examining how much it costs a city to care for migrants per day and why. For example, it used to cost $360 a day to care for a migrant. Now it costs $394. Councilman Justin Brannon also tried to pressure the mayor.
Hold on, man. We got to stop that there. We can't just skip over that. Okay, I'm going to get back to this. We can't skip over that and just think that that's just nothing. Right? $360 a day. Some people don't even make $360 in their job per day. Right? So do y'all know that comes out to like $10,000, almost $11,000 a month for $360 per day? Now it's $394, so it's more than that. Which means in 1 year, it's going to cost us or cost New York City $140,000 for one migrant family. What? One family. How many are coming into New York? They say 10,000 per day.
Sensational.
So that number is crazy, how much money it takes to take care of these migrant families. This is why they should not be here. They got to go back. It's too much money to be spent on them. And then y'all trying to have this plan where y'all giving them jobs and citizenship, and it's taking y'all months. So they're just sitting here. This plan doesn't work. It's ridiculous. Y'all just letting people come in and live here for free. This is crazy, man. Mayor Eric Adams. Let's see what else they got to say. I'm sorry, I had to get that off.
Mayor's administration about the exact breakdown of these costs, but was met with a more generic answer that it's based on a variety of factors.
Can you break that down to us by dollar, what it breaks down to, food, rent, shelter services?
There's a lot of shared resources and shared contracting that's happening. And so when we do the per diem, we look at the system-wide costs.
Adams administration officials
So they
were
didn't
also
answer the
pressed
question.
on a recent policy change that will limit shelter stays for migrant families with children. Dr. Ted Long says that when migrants were first arriving in New York City, it was mostly only single adult men. However, many expressed that they had plans to move their families over from Venezuela and other countries. Now, the city says there are more than 40,000 migrant families with children in the city's care.
We're still getting 4,000 people per week. We still have more than 130,000 people who've come in. This is not something that anybody wants to do, but it's sort of out of necessity at this point.
This is now 130,000 people are in New York City. I'm not from New York, so this is, I know this may not be my problem, but it still is a lot. 130,000. Man, that is an entire city. What? That is a small city for something. Not even a small city. That's a nice size city. 130,000 people added to the New York population. Man, y'all got to figure that out.
Now, City Hall did confirm to us just about an hour ago that the FDNY did have to close a migrant shelter today at the former Touro University near Penn Station in Manhattan. According to city officials, 130 single men were vacated today due to an inadequate fire alarm. Steve?
Well, all right. Thanks, Morgan.
So,
Okay, ready?
all right. So that just means they're just going to go somewhere else. That's all that means. All right. Let me get this off my screen. Finish this video off, man. Yeah, all this means is that they're going to go to a new place to figure something else out. Like, they're just moving around. They're not even taking care. The government is literally not even doing these migrants any justice. Do y'all know that? They're just like, hey, just come here, figure it out. Because if you keep them here, they're going to cause crimes. Because they got to eat. They're going to steal. I don't understand it, man. Between Mayor Brandon Johnson, Eric Adams, all these people, they're horrible. They're horrible mayors. They're, and they are a Democratic city. So, I mean, we got to call it what it is. I don't know. I just think that this is entirely too expensive. It comes from the taxpayers' tax dollars, taking care of these people. So that's going to be less money going into other budgets and other programs that can help, American citizens. New York City is out of control. Chicago's out of control. I hear Atlanta, Denver, like all those places are starting to kind of get up there as well because they're all coming in from Texas. And Joe Biden stated early in his campaign run in 2020 that he was not going to build an ounce of the wall anymore. So he let them know, come on in. Everybody come on in. It doesn't even matter. We're going to take care of you. That's what he basically wanted to let everyone know, right? So this is the byproduct of what we see here. Is Joe Biden basically saying, I don't care, this is an open border policy. I'm going to let everybody come in, and that's what they're doing. So this is an unfortunate situation, because the American people suffer. The American people suffer because of this whole thing. And they don't care, right? And when the government tells you how they feel, you listen. And they're telling you, right? For my people out there, my black people, my ultra black folks that always want to talk about, the government doesn't do anything for us. That's true, because look what they're doing with the migrants. They're bringing in the migrants. They're taking care of the migrants. They don't care about the homeless folks. They don't care about the people that need to be in those shelters. And they don't care about the black community. They don't care. And they are telling you that. They're letting you know that. So when do we, as the black community, strap our boots up and then start working on our families by ourselves? Start focusing on building us and building up our family and stop worrying about everybody else in the black community. The government doesn't care. Yes, they showed you that. They're letting you know that. So just figure this out. They care about the migrants because you know what? There's a big plan with the migrants. I'm just going to keep saying that in every video till it actually comes about, because we already know what it is. All right. So it is what it is. That's the New York City migrants. That's what they out here doing, man. They're out here funding them. They're going to become the new America, man. 100,000 people. That's just in one city. That's in one city. Imagine where they're all around. So that's all I got to say about that. Let me get out of here. Because remember, at the end of the day, this is chess, not checkers. And I'm going to see y'all at work.
It's gonna be a cold summer.